Hey there, sweetness, how goes it? I do hope that it goes well. Quick name of the game, if there's anything connective to this collective that's beautiful, I invite you to take it with you. If, however, nothing here does, that's all right, leave it where you found it. Time may be fluid, energy may be fluid. Let's get into it. Spirit of love, truth, grace, and guidance, please guide myself, guide these messages, guide this collective. Please guide us all, always and always. Thank you. Welcome, homies. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please do the tribe a favor. Make sure you smash that like button on your way in. Don't be afraid. It don't bite. Also, thank you to everyone who has subscribed. You guys are awesome. I can't tell you what it does to the soul to watch this tribe grow. One big stoner, excuse me for any and all coughs. I just heard the kiss that broke the matrix. A kiss broke the matrix. I don't know what the matrix is. I don't know what. That's all I know. All right. But I tell you, it's something strong. It's something fierce. And foundational. Something about poetic texts. Somebody's writing a history. RIGHT. Something was written. Something was just said and taken at face value. It was just taken as is. It wasn't true. It's being righted. Somebody's reality, more than one somebody's reality was fucking bent and warped, wrapped and twisted because of this Hello, welcome in everyone. Welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for smashing that like button. You guys are awesome. You rock my toe socks. So Poetic Texts was a channeling from my Twin Flames Oracle 323. The link for that's below if you guys want your own, but I'm just doing some bibliomancy, getting you your messages. Poetic Texts, so I pick up my book, A Gypsy's Pen, which is my poems, flip open to whatever poem, whatever poetic texts that Spirit wants us at right now, and I get some place between, which I tell you, that is the feeling. Oh, it's the feeling I'm feeling, and it's going to help name this feeling that I'm feeling in this reading, all right? So tap in. I cannot recall the last time I ever escaped the feeling of being trapped in such a cruel and such a lonely place. Is there something wrong with me for needing to numb it, to quiet the screams of the abuse, to lessen the pain of the disconnectedness? Am I wrong for dissociating, or are they? Just some questions I find myself asking, someplace between my mind and their reality. So this love, whatever this is, it's something great. It's been kept under lock and fucking key by something not so great. Creators of a dark fucking matrix. One that separates people from themselves. And once you do that, once you separate someone from themselves, they can't stand on their own. How the fuck can they stand with somebody else? For two must walk together. And that's a very spiritual sense. It can be very physical as well. Somebody's crying. Somebody's been crying lately. Somebody has something happening, not with one of their ribs, but underneath of one of their ribs. Every single time I tap into the energy lately, I feel like I've been crying and crying and crying and crying. And I'm not crying. But it's like, I also feel like somebody's holding it in and holding it in and holding it in and holding it in and holding it in, and they just won't cry. They won't let their true emotion. Some aren't even connected. They've dissociated from their emotion because they've been told fucking who they are, who they're supposed to be, what their fucking emotions are supposed to be, and they've just become so disconnected from themselves that insanity is ensuing if it hasn't already. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, goodness. That is awful. Ugh. Okay, bye. I do apologize. I love you all very much. I'm learning to take a little less time to stare at the live chat myself personally because I get so caught up and lost and, much love though. You guys, please be kind in the comments. I'm not going to say, didn't your parents teach you this, because for half of us, no, they fucking didn't. But didn't you teach yourself? You got nothing nice to say? Don't say a fucking thing. That's not in every circumstance, but don't go looking for fucking trouble, You're looking to be an asshole. What the fuck's the point of it? All right. Messages for the collective. What do we need to know? Battle of the head versus the heart. Transformation. Now, I literally just said the thing about people, these energies, these like outsiders trying to pull somebody apart within themselves, and probably more than one somebody doing it to more than one somebody. And in the way that they're trying to do it, it's like if they're successful, and they have been, many of them, this matrix, this fucking curse that's being broken, it's been people set in this fucking battle against themselves by people that are at war with themselves. It's fucking disgusting. Messages for the collective. What do the homies need? Thank you. Something about hanging on by a thread. Somebody is hanging on by a thread. Messages for the collective. A mystical brew, strong enough too, and it wanted to fall like mirroring this drinking toxic lifestyle, like in the reverse mirroring. Absolutely, Keith, absolutely. Messages for the collective. What do the homies need? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Nature's medicine. And that fell right on top of the drinking and the toxic lifestyle. That needs some fucking remedy right now. because some doors are opening, some doors are closing. The time is upon us. That was quick, but boom. And they all keep coming out on top of this drinking card. So the door flew over here like on its own, over here, on the other side of this shit, fucking far away, boom. Everything else is coming out right on top of the drinking thing. We have the Six of Clubs, which speaks of business success, positive things, and problem resolution. Yeah, on the other side of the remedy. So, symbolism, power, special purpose. I'm getting so much here. It's like, I'm going to put it in perspective of the twin flames, just because it's the tip-top energy that I'm feeling here, but it also helps with the explanatory process, okay? So divine masculine, divine feminine, okay? For all intents and purposes in this story, the divine masculine is a man, the divine feminine is a woman. Now, in order for them both to get to where they are, to have achieved the level of divine masculine, divine feminine, they have combined their masculinity, femininity within and come to the place that they, are able to recognize what their soul identity is, what the symbolism is there, what the power is that they have within their gifted ability. But it's like, say these two came together when they were really young. Say, fucking just out of high school or barely into college or maybe just out of college, something like that. They come together and, they're both young. They're wet behind the ears. They don't have life all figured out yet. But they come together and this fucking love just... I don't even really feel a sense of like this love was born between them, but it's like this love existed, like the oldest living fucking love that there is existed between them. And it's like when they met, when they came together in this earth plane, this lifetime, this existence, they just knew that they loved each other. They were in love. That right there. I don't care how old they may or may not have been. I guess, they should be adult and grown up, right? But it's like the love that exists between them, this oldest brand of love that could ever exist, it's there. It exists between the two of them. So everything else, all other little things could fall into place behind that love, on top of that love, in butterfly effect of that love, right? That love could change so many things. A lot of people, they have an economy around them. They have a community around them. So all these people are, doing all these things for fucking money, for a place to stay, for something to eat, for some drugs, for, whatever it is. And these two people, they don't have anything to offer, really, except love. And they offer each other that whatever sense of love that they have. Even if they're too young to even really know what love is, they're like, I'm not really sure, but I feel like I've got this power of, fucking love and open heart, and unconditionality, like, you know, you seem like you need some, you know, and the person's like, actually, you know, I kind of have some that's a little like that, but a little different than what you got. Let's, you know, put it together. And I don't know. It's something fucking beautiful. It's a part of nature's medicine. It was a part of the process. It was a part of the plan for these people come together. But then it's like everybody around him being like, well, I mean, you guys, you don't have your own place and you don't have this and that and this and that and this and that. And there's so many. I'm seeing that, I think it's the Lightseer's Tarot, the card where it's all the birds fucking pecking at the person's brain, trying to pull their thoughts apart like fucking threads, but they're doing it to the people's, like, all of their chakras. You know, there are people getting in at divine masculine, even though he's divine masculine in training at this point, right? And divine feminine in training. People are getting to her and they're like, well, they're already young, they're already nervous, they're already coming into this love, and yeah, they have love to offer, but who's not going to be nervous? Who's not going to have their own worries? Who's not going to have their own fears? And then all these other people are like, well, yeah, think about this worry, think about this fear, think about that. Snakes in the grass. And then half the time, if asked, but they're like, I didn't say that, I don't, you know, and well, and say, this love ends. You know, it's, well, it doesn't really end. The relationship ends. Say the relationship ends. These people are like, you know what? I can't fucking deal with, you know, like, you know, being young and falling in love is one thing. And this like big fucking love energy is another thing. But then, you know, having all of this other outside stuff, it's too much pressure. It's just too much. It created too much. Whatever this is, it did. People are like, I gotta fucking just, you know, everybody else has it right. They're all fucking happy, you know, like, fine, they're right. They have their own apartment over there and they're driving fucking nice vehicles and they're doing this and that. And we're over here fucking, you know, like, maybe we gotta go, oh fuck, I'm starting to hear that song. What is that song? Tracy Chapman, Fast Car. I'm gonna have to go stay in a fucking shelter and figure out what kind of little vehicle to get so that one of us can, or both of us can get a job and we can do something. And you know what? Like, that just seems, yeah, they're right. That seems pathetic. Like, fucking, you know, this person just fucking married up in the world and they went from their apartment to a really nice fucking house. And like, that's, I guess, probably what I should do instead of just assuming that love is going to take me where I need to be. And they walk away from each other. They drink the fucking Kool-Aid. All these assumptions, all these rumors, all these things, all these, you know, maybe I keep looking at this little teddy bear. Maybe there was a baby. Maybe divine feminine in training got her final fucking pin into being divine feminine by motherhood. Maybe there was a baby. Maybe these, I feel like we need names for the divine masculine, divine feminine. It's throwing me off to have to keep using such big words. Violet and Vincent. Violet and Vince, okay? So Violet gets pregnant. Maybe they're young and they're like, maybe they did meet in college or right at the end of high school. I'm starting to see like maybe this right here was divine feminine in training. That's little Violet right there. Fucking, you know, she's out at a Looks like she's at a frat party, college party, bar, or something like that. And, you know, maybe this is divine masculine right over here. All these other people seem to be doing all kinds of other stuff. I mean, one person is putting the bottle in her mouth. I feel like divine masculine may be the one off over here with this little look on his, like, but maybe that's when they met. Maybe they hook up at this party, okay? And this is just exemplary, okay? It can be, we already know, energy, right? If you know, you know. If you don't, learn about it. This could be their fucking, we just celebrated high school fucking party at a hotel and not a fucking frat party, but it could still be the same energy, the same thing. And this is just how I'm getting it, okay? Or it could not be, and this could just simply be some entertainment. But it's like Violet sitting there chugging down that bottle. I feel like in this picture, at this point, if there is a baby or a relationship, I mean, there's definitely a relationship, but say if there's a baby or anything, they haven't hooked up yet. They haven't done anything yet in this picture. But I almost feel like, I mean, she's got that, so I feel like that's the night that things took place. And maybe whether they met that night or not, I'm not judging nobody for nothing. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying, I think that's the night that they hooked up, but this is right before it happened. So maybe they hook up, and I don't think she's like trashed or anything, but she doesn't, and I don't think she's stupid or anything, but I feel like she's probably a bit naive. She looks pretty young and, you know, like, I don't know, naive, really. And it's almost like, you know, she has no idea what she's in store for or what's in store for her. And I don't know, I feel like she's drinking this. They go hook up. Maybe she gets pregnant that night and doesn't know. They keep hooking up and keep going to parties and keep going to, you know, bars or whatever it is. They just keep doing their, you know, thing. And maybe this moment comes where she feels like she might be pregnant. Again, I keep getting drawn to that little teddy bear. I feel like it would be a boy. But so maybe Violet starts talking to her family and her friends, and Vincent starts talking to his family and his friends and being like, well, you know, remember that person that I met at the fucking, you know, party back in this, and, you know, 4th of July party, fucking remember that? And I've been hanging out with this person every, you know, weekend or whatever it is. And they're like, yeah, you met him at a party, you met him while you were drinking, you met him da-da-da-da-da. So everybody's like, I mean, fucking, they say a bunch of shit. They're the birds up in the brain, pulling things apart. And they start making things transform just by their fucking words, their opinions, their fucking, maybe some of them start making some threats. Maybe Violet stays with, you know, some of her family, or Vincent stays with some of his, or maybe some of their friends let them sleep on their couch sometimes, but they're like, I don't even like fucking Violet. I don't like Vincent. I don't like you. I don't like this. I don't like that you met at a party. I don't I don't like that you're fucking pregnant. I don't like whatever it is. And they put all of their fucking toxic thoughts and opinions, cram them right down people's throats, stuff their shit between people's ears where it's got no fucking business being. And they bring on this battle of the head versus the heart. A lot of these people are spiritual bypassers. The ones that I'm feeling, these outsiders, they're spiritual fucking bypassers. They're like, I go to church on Sunday, so I'm a good person, and it doesn't matter what I sit around and do every other day of the week and every minute of Sunday that I'm not sitting in a pew. Even the shit that I pull at church. None of that matters because I'm at church and I call myself fucking, put your denomination here. Well, Jesus forgives me. Jesus forgives me for everything I ever did. I don't have to go around fucking apologizing and I gotta change my behavior. I just gotta change the world because, I see and hear Jesus like nobody else can. Or like only people in this section, this sector, this little club group can. The fuck? Like, these people had no fucking problem resolution skills. To be fair, probably some of them thought they see history repeat itself. I feel like some of them, a good chunk of these fucking, I keep feeling like I want to call them the outsiders and the divine feminine, masculine, the collective, they're the others. That's what I feel. The others and the outsiders. These outsiders, they've had children of their own. They have had all these toxic fucking traits and shit. I mean, to be spiritual bypassers, they had to have done a lot of shit that they fucking spiritually bypassed by saying, I said a prayer about it, I'm forgiven. They had some seriously toxic shit built up to have to go fucking, try and smooch ass and just get a fucking get out of jail free ticket. So they're like, some of them, they got fucking wasted and had these kids and end up fucking doing all this stupid shit, and their kids do all this stupid shit and end up these fucking waste cases and blah, 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 blah. So they're speaking it on to and over divine feminine, divine masculine. Well, you're gonna, yes, it's gonna be, you're gonna, God, and they stuff everything that symbolizes them in their fucking lives and project it all right on and in, because any fucking sense of humanity that matches fucking their, sense of delusional fucking humanity. Like, what? I'm starting to feel pulled apart just looking at all of this and trying to pull it all apart. There is something about this child that was conceived. It didn't matter. Sure, these people may or may not have met at a fucking party. They may or may not have gotten fucking drunk. They may or may not have, whatever, but there was love. This divine masculine is watching this divine feminine's back before they ever even fucking introduce themselves. And it's not in some weird, creepy way. It's like, I'm seeing this dude, he's like watching the guy that's pouring the drink into her mouth. And he's like hearing this guy's fucking thoughts. And he's like watching this guy's hands and making sure this dude ain't pulling roofies out his fucking pockets. And like, he's watching her back. Everybody else is like, hey, party on over here. And this beautiful woman's getting this fucking, booze poured down her throat. And this guy in the back, I'm telling you, it's like I'm getting Charmed energy, and Wyatt, the white lighter, he's like just there. In love. Maybe in spirit. Maybe he's not actually there. Maybe she's off at this party and they ain't even met yet, and he's in spirit, like, saying prayers because he feels his divine feminine in training in trouble before he ever even meets her. Like, this is some beautiful fucking, I keep saying, the oldest living, the most ancient, sacred fucking love there is. Like let love be your guide type feeling. That love will guide you home feeling. Love will fucking travel you through time and space and get through the fucking battles of the head and the heart that have been laid upon you by spiritual fucking bypassing bullshit. people that resolve problems by pretending. Faking. Toxic fucking measures, however. There's something about a moment in time. A moment in time where love fucking burns out everything but success for the positivity of the medicinal properties of these two, and that love that they shared at least once upon a time being spoken, being fucking righted. Maybe now I feel like I want to name the little boy Nicky. Maybe Nicky, little Nicky. I just started getting Tesla energy. Maybe this little boy grew up thinking that, his parents never loved each other. They were just fucking fucked at a party once. And, I'm sorry to be so crude. This is what I'm feeling. It's what it is. That there was no love between them, and this kid's just born out of fucking toxicity. Born out of wedlock. Born out of this. Born out of that. Just born an outsider. No. This baby is of the others. I feel like it's like one of those rings of time thing where generation to generation things shift. Maybe this baby is all grown up now and they have, I don't know, it could be something like they've held on to a teddy bear from their childhood and they find it in a box as a grown man and they just start flooding in all these things and crying, or, maybe their parents find something that, or maybe they fucking see each other out somewhere if they don't, connect constantly or, consistently. It could be something like little Nick is having their own little Nicky, little Nicky. And it's rippling things through time. There's something about nature taking its course, doing its medicinal thing. Something's been brewing for fucking years and years and years and years. Maybe little Nick just turned 13. Maybe Divine Masculine, Vi and Vin's baby, he just turned 13. So he's in his coming of age fucking rights and, things are happening, shifting all around. Or again, maybe he's a grown man, he's having his own kid. Or maybe his kid's turning 13, or his kid's turning 18, or it's something like that. Something about the natural algorithms of the universe, the planet, life, existence. God's plan. But it's something about some sort of natural medicinal wheel of something, bringing these truths to light, bringing these, connecting the dots of a greater picture, fucking crossing the T's, dotting the I's of something, fucking unfolding a tapestry so that it's, seen for its fucking symbolism, for its power, for its fucking some type of purity that something was built on, that somebody was born on, that life has existed or supposed to exist on. But I feel like I don't know. Maybe I was getting that Tesla energy as say Violet and Vin have this baby. Maybe they get so far as to name it. Or maybe they don't. Like, maybe the baby's given up for adoption. Maybe the baby's taken by their families or something, and they don't even get to name the baby. Maybe they give the baby up because they've, they're told, like, you guys are just too toxic and you should never have children. You're not fucking fit to da-da-da-da-da-da. You're one of them people that should have a fucking license to raise a child. But they're being told this by people that have fucking failed the planet. Those outsiders, they're fucking failures. I'm telling you. I feel it so hardcore. So, they're being told this. Maybe they give up willingly. Maybe it's not so willingly, but it happens. Okay? I feel like it's something like baby goes out there into the world and is named fucking, Jonathan or Christopher or Alexander, but like he's actually supposed to be a fucking Nicola. Like his true identity is fucking usurped from him before he even gets a chance to figure out who he is. And it wasn't just born of these people making some stupid fucking choices and then continually making it was a lot of outsiders. But a moment's come, something from inside, shifting things, leveling the scales, just changing. I feel like it's a kiss. A kiss breaks the matrix. And Jonathan Christopher Alexander gets to realize that he's actually a fucking Tesla. Born and bred of some energetic fucking purity. No matter the mask, the disguise, the circumstances. For those outsiders with some fucking nasty ass objectives, there's some serious consequences. Serious. Whatever toxicity they brought on with their matrix, they're going to be forced to live in for the rest of their days. However many of those they're allowed. The others, every day that their fucking feet hit the floor on the other side of this matrix, they're going to be thankful. They already are. Closing advice. Connection. Connecting the dots. Universal connections through the crown chakra. Visualize a violet white light penetrating the top of your head. Embrace spiritual downloads and messages. They are on the way. I have to get on my way. My dears, I love you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for your connection, your time, your support. You guys mean the world to me. Thank you guys for checking out my books just in time for the holidays. Get them on your shelves. Link in the description box below. Also, donations. Much appreciated. Just in time for the holidays. You guys are awesome. You rock my toe sock sideways until we speak again, my dears. Be safe out there.